There, if you were just with how to draw a dog with me, let's launch into how to draw a flower. All right, if you are watching this and want to pause on the steps, there I break it down the steps. Here I go right to my Sharpie, and I am telling you the steps right here. First, get a resource from the internet. I also, of course, am going to do a Van Gogh sunflower instead of those white things. Step one is to start with a pencil outline. I'm doing it with Sharpie so you guys could see my line starker. The bottle. The bottle has an oval at the top, a thin, right, that would come down and do a thicker oval on the bottom. All right, so what we're doing, and I'm doing it real sketchy, is an oval on the bottom, an oval on the top, and then you're gonna come down and connect it depending on what shape of a vase you want. So this is where you're going to shape your vase into the shape you want. You can use the internet, get any shape vase you want. I'm showing you one I found on the internet that I like, because I was going to show you then how to use light see-through colors by doing the background first. All right, now that we got a shape, this is a kind of a weird bottle, but you could go a little longer obviously and put the base down here. I just trying to, if you kind of mess up and you're doing it in pencil, probably easier to have some symmetrical lines. So if this bumps up here, I'm going to bring this bump up a little further so you could just eye it by going like that across, because I have some students who are perfectionists. Going to want that a little more perfect. Okay, remember you could go down further. Next I try to do a little glare on my glass to show a reflection. All right, so next you're going to do the stems into the bottle. So choose how many flowers to draw. The stems will probably come around to the bottom, and then they're going to come up and kind of hit the side of it and come over. So that would be one stem. I'm probably going to do 2 flowers. So decide which direction it is. This side's going to hit right there and come up and go that way. Now I try to think of Van Gogh sunflowers and look at Van Gogh sunflowers, which I will end this lesson with, on the wall, which has a big circular middle, and he kind of swirls around. If you had me as an art teacher, we probably studied Van Gogh flowers. Then you do a petal at a time. You go out and in to do petals. Remember, it's always better to look at the flower that you're drawing. And if you could use the internet and do research or look at a live flower, that's the best. All right, so we're gonna keep going out and in to do your flower petals. You could have one falling. You could have the little green part of the leaf foliage underneath. I try to come to the middle now and do a little line, a little shading. If you're in pencil, you can do a little more shading and then fuzz it out. Remember, with your finger or blender stick. All right, so we've got one flower. I'm gonna thicken up the stem over here. Maybe make a little bit of green leaf coming through by doing a parallel line that comes down into the vase, okay? So you're gonna thicken it up. All right, next I try to do a leaf, right? A leaf. All right, with the veins in the leaf. All right, so we've got one flower. The next flower, I'm gonna have droopy. You could do it however you want, but this is, right, what Van Gogh had a lot of droopy flowers with the petals lost. So I'm gonna do these a little more Van Gogh, low spiky. And just have this one a green. I'm gonna show some movement lines with the petal falling here. You don't have to have a petal that's fallen on the table. Now I'm going to do the table. See, there's a line, like if we're doing a landscape, we would do a horizon line, right, class? Separating the sky from the sea. But here, I just try to do, show where the table would be. So when we do your background, it'll be separate than the foreground. All right, and if the light source is coming from here, we'd have a little darker side here, a little shadow here to show dimension. A little darker side here and a little shadow coming this way, which would go around the base or the curve, right? Could go right in there, show a little more curvation inside. Good. And then we'll do some blue water. All right, so I'm trying to show you quickly how you could do and then shadow coming out this way with a little more cross hatching, right? And then we'll fuzz that out. All right, back to the flowers. All right, so you're probably done with this one with the spiky, curvy Van Gogh inspired petals. All right, All right, so we got 2 flowers. We got to do what? Make a parallel line to thicken this up. Maybe do a leaf here. Maybe do a leaf here, right? Just by doing some things. Thicken up the stem, and then you come in here and thicken it up all the way to the bottom so it looks like it's standing. I'm going to do like a little leaf right there because I made my line too thick. You kind of go with it. If your line's too thick, you can do a leaf in there. And now I'm going to do the water. The water in here, I'm going to have it go up to here, so I'm going to do a curved line, another oval, to show the water levels up to there. All right, so let's go to adding some color on here. I'm going to start with my background color of, ooh, you know I like pinks, but do your favorite color, whatever color you want for the background. I'm going to add a little red with blue. Ooh, I got that in the green. You guys know how to clean that up, right? Ooh, I'm going to do my eggplant colored background. And if you do your background first and you go right through the vase, it'll look a little more see-through. So I'm going to quickly show you how you can, go right around really quickly. I'm using a little bit of circularization. See how I'm going in circles? Circles. And I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm going around the flowers, which you can make whatever color you want. Hopefully I'm teaching you as your art teacher. Let's get that out of the green. Oh, I'll clean it up. Yay. Okay, so I'm making my eggplant color. Ooh, my hand is in the way. Sorry. Okay. Now, ooh, you guys know what we're doing now. The controlled drip painting technique. Ooh. You guys ready to start dripping it? All right. For the controlled drip painting technique, you know what we're going to do. We're going to rock the paper whichever direction you want the stripes to go. If we were doing a cloudy sky, I would probably go right and left like that. But since we're doing a wall, I'm going to go straight up and down so it looks kind of like the wallpaper. And the one that's actually a popular selling item on HomeDepot.com right now is the one I found from the internet right there, where people are decorating their houses with. So think about what color your walls are that you're going to hang this up with. All right, sorry about the bump there. Okay, next I'm going to go for the vase. I'm going to do a little bit of blue with that little bit of green. And remember, if you mess up your watercolors, ooh, I like that color. Do you? Are you going to add more blue? I'm going to add a little drop of water. Now I'm going to make sure it's see-through. To see through your background, ooh, it's going to blend right in there. This is the bottle, the vase color first, before I end with, when it dry a little bit, I'm going to do the water level. Okay, so that shows the vase. All right, next, clean your brush. Use something to wipe it off on. You're going to decide what color. Remember, in art school, they always teach you to go from lighter to darker, because once you get darker, it's hard to get light again. So I'm going to add a little orange with a little yellow. Remember, if you muddy up your colors, you can always use a tissue or a wipe to clean them. I like sunflowers. I'm going to do mine yellow. Do you have to do yours yellow? No. Do your favorite colors, whatever is your favorite. Especially if this is for a bedroom, think of your color scheme and try to stay in the lines as much as possible. If you go out of the lines, if you're my student, you know the trick. We usually get a tissue or a paper towel, we spin the end, and we dab on there. All right, so I'm going to probably notice how I went out of the lines for my background, and that's why they always teach you to do background first, because if you go out of the lines, now when I'm painting the foreground, I'm going to cover that up, and it'll just add some different tones onto my petals, a little darker areas. Okay, I'm going to get some, if you're following along with the color, do some of the inside of the sunflowers. Okay, and to finish up really fast, do a little bit of the foliage, stem. I should probably wait for my background to dry to finish, but to get this video done and to be short and sweet, we are going to do what I said, the blue water in the vase, and finish up. You can see where I went out of the lines. You can either do what's called dry brush, clean your brush and lift some of that color in the background off with a dry brush, or you can use a paper towel to get that back, blend it into the background or back into the lines to fix up your mistakes. All right, let's end with a little bit of blue water. All right, so right here is the line where I have the water ended, and I'm going to probably make that reflection line white afterwards as well, but you can use white out or white paint. Ooh, and there's the water. All right, over and out from a flower vase for today's lesson.